So I'm going to be talking about wearables and the business opportunities in the wearables. So I'm actually wearing Google Glass. So with your permission, I would actually like to videotape this thing. Is that okay? All right. So this is the first time I've done this. So we'll see what. I don't think I'll post it online or anything, but it's just for. I think it'll be interesting. So I'm going to be talking about wearables. In particular, I decided to sort of talk about myself. Okay. So the mic is on.
Oh, it's not okay.
And just the volume needs to be up or something. Or I can just speak here. Is that better? Okay. All right, so I'll just stay still, even though I drank a lot of coffee. So I'm an awesome sleeper. I used to brag that I can have like a triple cappuccino and then and take a nice nap and stuff. You know, when I go to bed, I just go to sleep right away. I wake up normally. I can sleep anywhere. I can sleep in the car. I can sleep in the planes. You know, everything. So, how many people have sleep problems? Raise your hands. About like a third of you guys. Okay, that's great. So this is the right talk. You're in the right talk, and you can reach out to me after that. I can tell you how to fix some of the sleep issues. Also, you can sign up for the new device we're working on. So my brother, he's a sleep doctor. He's a neurologist at Vanderbilt University in Nashville. He complained to me that I snored. And I knew I kind of snored a little bit, but I didn't know how bad it was. I'm upstairs, he's downstairs, and he heard me all night, and he couldn't sleep. So he literally had to put like earplugs to go to sleep and stuff. So that's when I realized maybe there's some problem here. So the first thing I do is open up some mobile apps and start measuring it. So here's okay, talk about privacy, you know, so that's my snoring. That's the chart on the left is you're seeing, and this is coming from my iPhone. Okay, so it's not epic, so I'm loud snorer. My score is 88 out of 100. I only slept 5 hours during that one night. And the beautiful thing is that now you can measure multiple nights and you can see what's working, what's not working, and so on. The one on the right is another app called Sleepbot. So that measures not only your breathing and noise, but it also does XYZ motion, so how much you're tumbling in the bed, basically. The first thing, so my brother is also a specialist in sleep apnea. That means people stop breathing during the middle of the night, which is pretty scary. So this is a chart of an older gentleman that stopped breathing for 40 seconds at a time. So the big blue waves are when he wakes up and gasps for air, and then he goes back to sleep, and then you don't hear anything for 40 seconds. And then he wakes up again. So as you can tell, that's a bad sleep. So I'm not that bad, but I'm mildly bad. So my options are to go to a sleep lab. So this is what the sleep lab looks. You know, they give you a teddy bear and all these sensors. You know, so it's not normal. It's not comfortable. It's like a torture chamber. You have to wear all this stuff around your head, and I refuse to do it. So my brother said, okay, fine, I have these like experimental portable devices. And so he hooked me up to them. So as you can see, they're not that portable. You have to wear around you. You have to put things through your nose. That's not comfortable when you're trying to sleep. In fact, the blue one on the right, it actually wakes you up if the sensor is off. So it's like, what's the point of this, you know? But the technology is getting, and this is the state of the art, by the way. So this is stuff that's been FDA approved and just coming out and stuff. And then the extreme opposite end is the new wearable technology that's coming out. Like the Fitbit, for example. And what they're really measuring is how well your arm is sleeping. whether it's moving a lot or not a lot. So they assume that if your arm is not moving, that means you're sound asleep and you're deep sleep. So these guys are these are much better devices. So I'm going to shut off this one. Okay. So these are much better devices. So for the first time, when I got the Nike Fuel Band, I only wore it during daytime and tracked my running. Once I got into the Fitbit Flex, I started wearing 24/7. You could actually, take a shower with it and all that. And so it's constantly measuring both my sleep, daytime activity as well as nighttime activity. So the technology is getting better, and they have really nice dashboards that kind of give you the stats. But the sensors are limited. One of the things that I'm doing is helping companies, startups with products. So my wife has a company. She's a neuroscience major. She has a doctorate in that. So she's studying how to help people sleep better. Her company is called Wearables. So I've been kind of inducted as the CTO of that company as well. And it's awareness, better life through awareness. So if you can measure yourself, you can take care of yourself better. So she's working on some of this sleep technology. So this is a T-shirt that could measure a bunch of things about you and give you a nice sleep score. So that's sort of the future. And I think as developers and as product people, what I wanted to kind of show is that now even hardware is like building blocks. You can combine these pieces together and basically build your own wearable technology. There is even this is called Arduino technology. Peter this morning talked about it at the keynote. He's using it to shoot people or shoot things, I guess, or open refrigerators. We're trying to use it for healthcare. So great concept. Same technology. These things are the size of a quarter, or you can even get to the size of a dime. Some of these computers are basically you can even wash them. So pretty cool technology. And then you can just stack them to come up with your own wearable technology. So even if you're just a software guy, you can actually start building hardware. So there's microphones, there's accelerometers that measure X, Y, and Z motion, and so on. So I'm still taping, 7 minutes and 28 seconds. And then you can also put a SD card logger, so you can put data locally, as well as send it to your smartphone using a Bluetooth LE, low-power Bluetooth, basically. So when you're done, what you're going to have is you're going to have a wearable that's always on. It's low-powered, and then it's talking to your smartphone. And you can have nice, pretty UI on the smartphones, and then you can put the data in the cloud. So that's sort of the typical models that these Fitbit and things use. So here's our early prototype. That's not quite wearable, but basically we're going to be able to blend that into T-shirts. We have more advanced prototypes and stuff. And here's some examples of the kind of the data we can capture. So yesterday I was talking about location-based services. You haven't seen nothing yet, right? Now they can track your XYZ motion. I can tell if you're sleeping sideways or on your back or on your stomach, and how often. So on the top is that's my father-in-law, actually. He doesn't sleep well, so he's moving constantly. Actually, that's the top is my wife, and the bottom is my father-in-law, who doesn't sleep well. So you can actually tell when they moved and how they moved. So more privacy issues to talk about. So I think that's, so I wanted to basically tell about why the wearable technology is important. Especially for me, it became personal once I realized that I have mild apnea and that I could sort of use some of this technology to take my own remedies and, improve my health. The alternative is to wear this like Darth Vader type of mask, and those are not pretty and not comfortable. Terrible lifestyle, quality of life, I should say. So I see, a lot happening in wearable technology. So this is Mary Meeker. She talks about internet trends, and just a visionary, very articulate person. And as you can see on the right, so the next wave of sort of computing technology is all based on wearables, like the Google Glass, like the Pebble Watch, and also the Fitbit. So it's growing market. The other thing is that just the activity stuff, the sports and fitness is one of the early adopters in this technology. We're not even talking about the healthcare applications that are out there. That's a $17 billion plus market. And the opportunity, if you start talking about the more healthcare applications, if you start talking about infotainment, like the Google Glass, and other sort of industrial military applications, there's a huge opportunity there. And the good thing is that I think the Google Glass technology is still too early. But the good thing is that you won't miss it because, if glass does take off in a big way, you can. It's like Android, but smaller Android, programming for smaller Android. So there's a lot of interesting opportunities there, but the financials are not there on the Google Glass platform. But in the just general wearable technology, I think there's a lot of opportunities. You can create your own devices, and if you're not into making your own devices, you can write software that works with existing devices like Fitbits, like Runkeeper and things like that. And you can also do more sort of cloud-based stuff. So there's a lot of services you can offer around wearables. So I think it's an exciting technology. I'm pretty excited about that. So my name is Barg Upender. I'm from Mobomo. We build products, especially innovative products for enterprises and small startups. So if you guys want to learn more about the Google Glass or any of this stuff, please stop by our booth. Thank you.